Hi, welcome to another edition of our driving series. Today we are going to be looking at the dashboard instruments. Now, over the years, the dashboard has become more and more sophisticated, more electronic, and more exciting to look at. If you take the very old cars in the system, you visit any trotro station or a taxi station, you look at their old cars, you look on their dashboards, they look very boring. But modern cars today look very, very sophisticated. So as a driver, it will be your own interest to know all the instruments and the information that they give you, so that anytime you are driving, you are able to assess the performance of your car and also diagnose problems when there need be. So first of all, let's look at the instruments that give you readings. Okay, some of them appear digital today, some also have the old feature of being in analog form. So we'll look at them as the lesson progresses. The very first and most common one is the speedometer, which basically reads the speed at which you are moving at every point in time. Every vehicle by standard should have this. Some are in a single unit form, some come in a double unit form. This is because some countries measure their distance in miles, so their speed will be in miles per hour. Some countries also measure their distance in kilometers, so their distance will be in kilometers per hour. The second one is the fuel gauge, which is very, very, very important. It helps you to know the quantity of fuel you have in your tank at all times. Okay, so it's accompanied by two letters. You have E and F. E for empty, F for full. And also we have the fuel dispenser symbol on the side. For most cars, there's a small arrow by the fuel dispenser symbol, which helps you to know the exact position of your fuel tank. So if the arrow is pointing to the left, it means your fuel tank is on the left, same as if it is pointing to the right. The next one, we have the engine tachometer. Now with the engine tachometer, it's an interesting one, and not every vehicle has it. The digits on the instrument usually goes all the way from 0 to 9. For some cars, you see 0 to 8, for some cars 0 to 7. And you always see that the last two numbers or three numbers is labeled red, meaning that you shouldn't allow the pointer of that instrument to get to that level. Now, what does the tachometer do? It measures the work rate of your engine. So it's a reflection of how hard you are pushing the engine. So if the pointer is reading a very high value, then it means that you are really pushing your engine. So you should be careful not to allow the pointer to get into the red zone. That means that you are pushing the vehicle to its limit. When you look at this instrument very well, you have the inscription times 1000 embossed in it. It means that every digit on the tachometer is multiplied by 1000. So if it is on 1, it is 1000 revolutions per minute. Now that is the unit, revolutions per minute. If it is on 2, it is 2000 revolutions per minute. Some manufacturers may decide to make the multiplier 100 and put the digits in tens. So 10 times 100 is what? It's still 1000. So take note of that. One of the functions of the tachometer is that it also helps you to know exactly when to change your gears when you are driving a manual car. So if you are ever learning how to drive a manual car and the timing of the changing of the gears is confusing you, if your vehicle has a tachometer, it makes it much easier. When you are learning how to drive in any driving school and you are fortunate to have it in your vehicle, it's a great help. Another instrument is what we call the odometer, and the odometer records the mileage. So it helps you to know how extensively the car has been driven before you basically purchased it. So if the mileage is very big, if the number is very huge, it means that the car has been used extensively. If the mileage is very low, then it means that the car is close to brand new. So you can use this information when you are purchasing your car. There are so many applications to the odometer. You can also use it and incorporate it into your servicing timetable. Okay, all right. Another instrument we have is the vehicle temperature gauge, which records the temperature of your engine at every point in time. The working temperature of your engine is very, very important. If the temperature of the engine is below a certain value, it won't work efficiently. If it also goes beyond a certain value, it will not work effectively. It is accompanied by two letters, C and H. C for cold, H for hot. And you always see a red mark or label on the extremely hot side. So you need to make sure you don't allow the pointer to get into that red zone. Now that will be all for today. Make sure you take note of your instruments, know how to use them, and learn very much about them. We'll be looking at another series where we look at the various sensors on the dashboard and what they mean and what you are supposed to do anytime these sensors turn up. That'll be all for today. Thank you for joining me for this exciting lesson. Stay tuned, keep learning, and drive safe. Have a lovely day.